Greeting internet friends, welcome to another exciting episode of Dabbling with Dan. Today we're going to go ahead and remove this weathered cupola on my parents' house, and I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to have to grind off these screws that are holding this weather directional device up here, and I'm just noticing north is actually that way, so when we put this back together with the new one, we'll get that fixed out. But I'm going to go ahead and use my grinder. We're going to recycle this, and as you can see, this thing was very rotted out, and we'll just go ahead and start pulling this thing off piece by piece. It's pretty rotted. Oh boy. Yikes. Now, I'm going to use these for a template to cut my new cupola so I can get my angles right for the roof. So it looks like what they did, they had a couple nails holding this thing in. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and clean this mess up, and we'll come right on back, okay? Now the base of the new cupola is made out of vinyl, and I'm going to take the old side off the one I just removed and use it as a template. And as you can tell, it's a little bit broader. I drew a center line, so I'm going to make sure I'm in the center here. And as I trace my line out, I want to come in about 1 inch. Okay, now I'm going to use my jigsaw here and cut this piece out. Now what I can do, I can take the piece I just cut and now use it on a template on the back side. I just want to make sure I line up my center lines. Trace out. And cut. Now since my cuts are now complete, this is how the cupola will lay down on top of the roof. Now inside, what they had done on the old cupola, they just drilled a couple, I guess, or actually ran a couple nails in there to hold it on. But I'm going to put some 2x4s inside. So I'm going to measure those, and then I'll secure the 2x4s to the roof, and then I'll run screws from these sides and that will be very well secured. Now I have a piece of pressure treated wood that I'm going to go ahead and rip, and then I'll use these to bolt on to the actual roof and then screw the cupola into the side. And as I cut this, I want to go ahead and use one of these as a push stick. Now, the roof isn't flat. The roof has an angle. And what I want to do, I want to cut an angle here to allow that cupola to fit flush up to it. And I'm going to go ahead and adjust the angle of my blade. Just to about 15 degrees. As you can see now, there's an angle. So as this gets bolted to the roof, that cupola will just butt up to it very nicely. Okay, before I get up on the roof, I'm going to go ahead and shoot a couple coats of black paint on this. So as it's drying, as I complete the install, then eventually I can go ahead and put this on. So I just got me some good old black paint here. And give it a nice coating. Okay, while that's drying, we'll head on up on the roof. Okay, welcome back to the top of the roof. Probably about 10 in the morning, so I want to get this done before the sun gets too hot and the shingles get soft. But before I go ahead and put this in there, I want to blow off all this old rot, all this other debris. This cupola isn't, it's more for decoration. Normally some people will have a hole in the roof to let air vent out through it, but this is just for visual appeal. The cupola the old cupola was secured with, it looks like just 3 nails, actually 4. So I'm going to pull these nails out. And instead of prying on the shingles, I'm going to use a piece of wood and pull them out.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to place the new cupola on the roof line, and the template we used earlier was perfect. Now I'm going to put these in 2x4s, and before I screw these down, I'll make sure everything looks aligned and this is nice and level. Okay, welcome back. Got more of a bird's eye view what I'm doing here. So I'm going to go ahead and secure these 2x4s to the roof. Once that's in, I'm just going to set this off to the side and get these in at a better angle. to get the angle just right. I want to go ahead and secure this to these 2x4s. Alright, so the base plate is in place. We'll set this on top. Want to make sure this is square all around. It should be right there. Just want to make sure I got equal overhang. Of course, this is made out of vinyl, so it will not rot. Okay, let's set that up here for now. Now the next thing I want to do is set the directional for the weather and pre-drill. So I want to go ahead and set this up, and I'm going to go ahead and mark where the holes go, and then also make sure north is in the proper direction, because before it was that way. And let's put it there. Okay, let's see, we got a problem right now. What we're going to have to do, we're going to have to loosen this nut and get this at the proper angle, and I'm going to have to go down off the roof to get this tool to do that. Okay, welcome back. I went ahead and loosened up this nut and readjusted to where it fits the angle, and it's this one's 11 millimeter. I'm going to take my pencil now and mark where I want to pre-drill for my screws. Alright, I'll set that off to the side. And I don't want a large diameter drill, just something to do a pilot hole through the metal. Okay, north is that way. again, this is just to kind of hold it in place. And I can adjust this screw to make sure I'm straight up. And I don't think I am. It looks like it's tilting a little bit to the left. Now another thing I can do to get that north in the exact right direction, it's got a little bolt here. I can loosen it and I can turn it. That's actually north right there. Ta-da! So it didn't take very long to install it. Probably want to get up on the roof before it gets afternoon because of the shingles, but this took about maybe an hour to do. I hope you enjoyed this video, and of course this is purely for entertainment purposes, but I hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a good day. Take care. Bye.